Hey everybody, I am doing a tutorial this morning on how to iron on interfacing. This is an interfacing on t-shirts for a t-shirt quilt. So what you're going to need is some thin interfacing, okay? And it's got the little glue dots on the back, and that's how it melts to your fabric. So that's what you need. The thicker that you get, the longer it takes to sew on, and really you want this process to go as quickly as possible because this is the longest process as far as the t-shirt quilt is concerned. A pair of scissors, of course, to cut the interfacing, an iron. You're gonna have the iron set on not the hottest setting because it'll shrivel that interfacing up. Probably set that at medium high. You can kind of play around with it. I would start out with medium if you're not sure about your iron. Spray bottle, just set on a spray setting where it mists, not a direct stream, because you want that water to dry rather quickly. These are some pieces that I have left over. So I'm gonna take care of the baby real quick. I'll be right back. All he needed was food. So carrying on. So what we're gonna do is measure the interfacing or the backing of the t-shirt. So you'll cut the t-shirt out. I've already done these, but you'll cut the t-shirt out around the sleeves, under the collar. You can leave it pretty long. So you'll have different sizes of your t-shirts if that's the look that you're kind of wanting to go for. So turn this over. We're gonna spread it out just as flat as we can get it. And you'll see, you can kind of see the decal on there, and that's what you want because you don't want to use a lot of interfacing on the back if you don't have to. You're gonna end up cutting most of that off anyway. But you can pretty well see through almost any shirt. What you'll do is just roll this out. Okay. And I'm going to cut out a piece about like this. Just cut right down the side here. See this? It's huge, way bigger than what you're gonna need, but I'm gonna trim it out. And like I said, I'm saving those other pieces for another shirt in the future, so you don't waste a lot of your interfacing. You need to use that. You know, it doesn't have to be one piece. Not sure if I've said the reason why we put the interfacing on is so that the t-shirt doesn't stretch whenever you sew it. If you don't have this on there, it will stretch. No question about it, unless it's a material like this, okay? That's not gonna stretch. You wouldn't have to put the interfacing on that unless you just wanted to stiff it up for some reason, but that's as stiff as you can get. So I'm gonna kind of trim this out and then I'll come back to it and show you what I have. Okay, so now you have the little square. I've already cut it out. So what we're gonna do is take your spray bottle and you're gonna spray about 12 inches away on the spray setting where it mist. You see the mist coming off. Just spray it a little bit. You don't have to drench it because the wetter that it is, the longer you have to put your iron on it. So you don't want it really, really wet, just enough to create a little bit of steam so that those little glue spots in between will melt. Start at one corner. And you can see, this is very thin, so it's already stuck. You want to move it up in that direction there, just like this. Sometimes you see like right here where it overlaps, you don't want that in the middle, so that's why you work your way up. Don't start on one corner and then come to this corner. You keep it consistent, okay? All the way through, especially these edges. Those are the most important, but you really want every piece of it because if you don't do every piece, when you cut out, there may be a little spot that has bubbled up. That'll affect the sewing. Okay, so I'm gonna continue with this and I'll show you what I have when I'm done. Okay, done. It doesn't take long to do this, but it's just a tedious process whenever you've got 20 or 30 t-shirts that you have to do this to. So I went ahead and ordered a sleeve. I've got several sleeves actually that I ordered in bulk. That's the best option if you're going to make a bunch, but usually one sleeve will do, I would say, a full-size quilt if you're pretty lenient with it. 2 sleeves to make positively sure you have enough for a big quilt. So that's what we have. When you turn it over, you see it's very, it's stiff. And that's what we need. I use a board like this to measure with a roller blade to cut out, the different sizes. I'm gonna post another tutorial later on how I get the dimensions of the quilt. It's a quick process. You can make it really hard or you can make it really easy, but I'll also do my best to post a tutorial later on how you do that. So again, you need an iron set on medium to high heat, your t-shirts, spray bottle, ironing board. I have a poster board because we just moved and I don't have an ironing board yet. So pair of scissors and your interfacing, but that's it. And I'll post later, so stay tuned on the rest of this process. Thanks, y'all.